Hi, beautiful soul. Welcome to video 5 in the mini series, How to Trust Your Angel Messages. And so far, you've learned so much that would help you to overcome any lack of confidence, any lack of trust that you've had in intuitive angel messages and signs, whether you're using your angel oracle cards or you're simply praying for a sign or looking for guidance for your next steps. If you're implementing those techniques and ideas that I've given you over the last 4 videos, you're going to start seeing a difference and noticing that your signs are no longer vague or confusing. You're not feeling so blocked, that you're becoming more aware and noticing the messages and understanding the message behind the signs. So today is one of my favorite topics. It's a big topic in the ACP program, which is understanding how your angels speak to you, how they communicate with you, how they are using your intuition and your senses to get your attention. And this is something that is a game changer. I promise you, it really does make a difference. I'm going to teach you how those angels are communicating with you, what to look for, and that's going to give you a lot more insight as to what's the message behind the sign, what's the deeper message that you're looking for. So let's get started. So angels are communicating with you all the time, especially if you're praying for their help, you're asking for their assistance, and if you're invoking them, as we have in previous videos. So when you're asking your angels for a sign or a message, or you're asking for guidance, and you're going to pull some cards for yourself, your angels get to work straight away, not only creating the path to what it is that you're asking for, but also to bring about a way for you to understand what it is that they're telling you. So your intuition has 4 major senses, and we call those the clair senses. You may have heard this before, especially if you're experienced with the angels and intuition, or you've ever done a course like this before. You understand that there are 4 psychic senses. Now, those senses, everybody has them, but each of us has a major dominant sense that we're often using already without even realizing it. Your angels are using your intuition and these intuitive senses in order to communicate with you. So I like to imagine it like a microphone. Your intuition is a microphone that the angels are using to amplify their guidance, their signs, their messages, and magnify the signs and messages they're sending to you. So it's like they're turning up the volume on your own intuitive senses so that you can pick up on their physical and non-physical messages. So it's important to understand these spiritual senses and not override or dismiss them, because I think that's what happens often when we feel like we're not getting a message, is that either one of these senses is blocked, or we're overlooking it because we don't realize that it's important, or we don't realize that it is actually an angel communication. So what are these 4 senses? So the way that angels communicate with you is through things that you see, things that you feel, things that you hear, and thoughts and ideas that come into your mind. Those are the 4 ways that angels communicate with you. And they may drop non-physical or physical things to attract your attention through your intuition. So through what you see, they will give you signs and messages. So when you see a feather, when you see an angel number, that's the angels using your visual sense of clairvoyance. And everybody has clairvoyance. Not everybody has it developed yet. You can work to develop. I developed my clairvoyance. I'm primarily clairsentient, but now I've got all of the clair's senses working together. And that's how we're meant to be. Each of us are meant to have all 4 senses working together in harmony, all serving each other. I'll explain how that works afterwards. So when the angels are speaking to you, giving you messages, signs, hints, and clues through what you see, The physical signs are things that everyone could see. So if a big white feather floats down in front of you on your path and your friend's walking with you, you could point to that feather and say, can you see that? And they'll say yes. It's just that you know through divine timing, the perfect synchronicity of that timing, of that feather showing up, your intuition tells you that's not just an ordinary feather. That's a message from my angels. You know, the other day I was getting ready to do an Archangel Michael class, and I went outside to get my plant that had been outside for a couple of days getting some natural light. And when I picked the plant pot up off my table, there was a perfect white feather underneath it. I don't know how it got there. A big white feather. And I knew that was a sign from Archangel Michael. Look at the timing. Not long before I was about to go live, I'm always excited and nervous before I present to a big audience. It was divine timing. Archangel Michael saying, hey, I'm here with you. And I really appreciated it. And by the way, there was another one on my front doorstep mat when I finished the class and I went to check if there was a parcel there I'd been waiting for. There was a perfect white fluffy feather on my doormat. So the physical signs, angel numbers that you see on registration plates, on your phone, on clocks, on dockets that you get when you go shopping, those multiple numbers, that's the angels trying to speak to you. There are meanings, and I have a PDF guide on angel numbers that you can go and get. It's absolutely free on the meaning of those angel numbers. But sometimes there's a deeper meaning. If you're seeing those numbers repeatedly and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. It's more than just what the number meaning is. When you're getting a lot of signs from your angels, it's because your angels want you to stop, tune in, and listen to them. They have a bigger message for you. And it's like they're jumping up and down and saying, hey, we need your attention. So rather than get frustrated, you know what to do, because that frustration is coming from your ego. Go into a receptive mode, perhaps give yourself a reading or sit quietly and meditate and ask to receive the full message. It's really important. So, excuse me. So let's get into the other ways that the angels are using your spiritual senses. So we've talked about clairvoyance, physical and non-physical. The non-physical is a vivid dream of the angels or with a message for you, having a vision in your mind's eye, being able to see orbs, auras, angels in your mind's eye or with your physical eyes. But these are non-physical things. So your friend might not be able to see it, but you can. You're picking up on it. A flash of white light in the corner of your eye. These are all ways that the angels are communicating with you, letting you know that they're with you through the channel of clairvoyance. So even if you're not getting those non-physical visions, that will develop, but you have to start acknowledging and recognizing that when you're seeing the physical things, that it's still a form of clairvoyance because you have been drawn to it. It has shown up on your path. You know that it's a message from your angels rather than just a random accident. So that's through what you're seeing. Your angels can drop books, articles, synchronicities in front of you that are in answer to your prayers and requests. They also speak to you through what you're feeling. This can be emotional feelings and this can be physical feelings. So a very common thing is that angels, when they're trying to get your attention, let you know that they're with you, they're comforting you, is to feel a soft touch, maybe on your back, on your arm, maybe on your hair. It's feather-like, it's not scary, it's comforting, it's loving. You feel that love. Because everything the angels do is love. And so for the empathic, sensitive souls amongst us, I'm one of those, I'm sure you are too. Angels love that because they are pure love. And so we're always going to feel that peace and that love when the angels come in. It accompanies everything that they do. And that's one of the reasons that shows you it's a true angel message. So a sensation of touch, but also the sensation of feeling, emotions. The angels are magnifying your intuitive channel of clairsentience, which is empathy, feeling, emotional sensitivity, in order to get your attention to give you information about something. So perhaps you walk into a room and the energy doesn't feel right and you feel really uncomfortable, and you turn around and you leave because your whatever it is it tightness in your stomach? Is it a lump in your throat? Is it just a creepy feeling? You have a strong feeling that is being magnified by your angels, which is telling you, no, this is not the right place for you. Or maybe it's the opposite. You walk in, you feel elated, you feel energized. This feels wonderful. I feel like that every time I go to Uluru, every time I go to Stonehenge or anywhere like that, that feeling of like, oh, I feel so energized and happy and connected. These are all signs. We dismiss them because we feel things all the time, but we've got to remember that if you're born sensitive, that's for a reason. It's your intuitive channel, and the angels are going to use that channel to get a message. Now, often we'll have a feeling or a knowing with that feeling, right? I don't like this person. I feel like they're out to trick me. Or this person is so genuine and authentic. I really trust them. You get a sense, right? You've got to trust that sense. And we probably sometimes spend too long trying to second guess it and push it away. And, oh, maybe I'm being too sensitive. Maybe everybody's a divine being of light. Why? I don't want to judge them. But what we're really doing is we're stuffing down those feelings and we're ignoring what our intuition, our angels are telling us. So the angels are giving you messages and signs through feelings, emotional and physical, even energetic. If you're energy sensitive, the energy doesn't feel right here today, that's a sign. It's a message. I started my whole angel mediumship career on my clairsentience, which has always been my dominant channel. That's how I was born. And it took me until my 30s to realize, oh, it's a psychic channel. And my angels have been talking to me through this and I didn't even realize it. So often when I'm working with a client, I will get a strong feeling, maybe that they're going through something, maybe that they're unwell. It's illogical. I can't find it written down anywhere, right? But I know it to be true. And so I have to trust that. And you have to trust your feelings too. The other way that angels speak to you is through what you are thinking. Now, this is something that often accompanies empathy and clairsentience and clairvoyance and the other channel of clairaudience, is that you have a knowing that goes with the feeling or the vision or the hearing. So claircognizance is when you know something without knowing how you know it. It just drops in like an email downloading into your mind. It's not it. The angels will give you repetitive thoughts, ideas, nudges to do things, go somewhere, change something. Maybe there's a dietary change you have to make. Maybe there is a change you need to make in your working life or your relationships. Don't ignore those repetitive, positive, helpful messages, because they are an answer to your prayers. You may not think they are, because you're thinking my prayer is going to be answered when something spectacular happens, right? The agent knocks at your door and says, I've come to publish your book. Or, this is what we want. And that's our ego. We want the sensational stuff. But it can feel very ordinary sometimes, where you may be praying for a big change. Maybe it's to find your life purpose. And the angels are giving you repetitive guidance to change your diet, to drop caffeine or sugar or alcohol or something that isn't good for you. You keep getting that thought over and over again, but it feels mundane and ordinary because it's in your mind and because you don't really want to hear it. And so you push it away. But what they can see, because they have a bird's eye view of your life, is that when you drop that toxic behavior or dietary issue, that's going to expand your energy. Maybe that's the one thing that's been blocking your intuition. Maybe they've got so much guidance waiting for you, but they know that you can't move forward until you've moved this out of the way. And so if you keep pushing that away, your next step isn't going to come until you've listened. So what's been repeating for you recently? A nudge. And it may just be boring and mundane, like go and get your tires checked, or get to the dentist, or stop drinking so much caffeine. It's not judgmental, it's not mean, it's not scaring you. It's just giving you consistent, repetitive guidance in answer to a prayer that you have put out. It's time to stop pushing that away. I'd love to know if you're getting some of those, because whenever I ask this in my ACP group, often people will say, yeah, well, I've been getting for a long time that I've got to stop eating this thing or drinking this thing. And I thought that was just my mind. And when they do make that change, it's like a domino effect. All these other positive things start to happen. It could be the linchpin. So don't ignore it any longer. Write it down and make a commitment to change. You can always ask your angels to help you make that change. But when it's working with maybe angel oracle card readings, whilst you're reading, you might just have a knowing about what that card means in that position for what you're asking about. Or you might have a knowing about your client and what it is they most need to know. Many light workers are the sort of people that attract people in need. Let me know if you're one of those people where just pure strangers will come up and tell you their whole life story, or they'll present you with a problem. Or maybe that's your friends see you as that person, as sort of the unofficial therapist, psychic, counselor amongst them, because you radiate compassion, because you walk with the angels, but also you've got this knowing that somehow you just know the right thing to say. I've had that my whole life. And people used to be like, what is it with you? We'd all go out to a nightclub, me and my friends, and I'd be in the corner talking to somebody like a counselor. And I know that you're likely like this too, right? So you say what you have to say and you think, where did that come from, all that wisdom? Well, it came from the divine. It came from the angels. It was pure guidance. It just came through you because you're claircognizant, clear thinking, and the angels will drop messages into your mind. So pay attention to that. The other way that the angels will talk to you is through what you hear. So seeing, feeling, thinking, knowing, and hearing. So I'm sure this has happened to you, that you've been asking for a sign, or you're asking for support, or you're going through something really difficult. Angels, please help me. And then you get in your car or you walk into the shopping center and a song comes up that is just speaking to you and what you need. It might be something that reminds you of a deceased loved one that was their favorite song, or it might be a song about angels, or it might be a song with the lyrics that tell you, to be kinder to yourself or to believe in yourself. Just the lyrics and the music uplift you and they give you an answer. That's clairaudience. Everyone else can hear it, so that's a physical version of it. The angels are speaking to you through the physical realm, through what you hear. In the same way, you may overhear a conversation that somebody is that has information that you're meant to hear. You're not purposefully listening, but somehow the wind changes and that voice carries over to you and you pick up on that. That happened to me once on a bus in Sydney when I was much younger, and I was in Australia wanting to find an Aboriginal studies course, and I didn't even know if it was possible. And I sat on a bus and people behind me were talking. I wasn't tuning into it. And then I heard them talking about the exact course and college that did exactly that. And I ended up following through. I was meant to overhear that conversation, right? The angels placed me there for that reason. So physical. The non-physical is that you may wake up in the morning and hear a song playing in your head, and then you go, oh, hang on, actually, there's an answer in what I'm hearing. So there's a song with the lyrics that go, hold on, help is on its way. I'll be there as fast as I can. I'm actually hearing that now as I'm speaking to you. So I've heard that several times when I've been low or down. It's like the angels are saying, it's okay, we're on our way, we're here to help you, don't worry. I'm getting goosebumps even as I'm talking to you. Isn't this wonderful? So pay attention to what you are hearing, whether it's in your mind, what seems to be your mind, or externally. You might hear music. Often musicians or people who are songwriters are very attuned clairaudiently. The first time I knowingly heard an angel's voice was when Archangel Michael told me to stop my car, and narrowly I missed an accident. That was, 25 years ago. So I had never heard, I thought there was someone outside the car calling out to me because I couldn't understand why I was hearing a man's voice say stop. And I was like, hang on a minute, I wound the window down, have a look, no one around. And then it came again, but it sounded like it was through a tube in my ear. And then I went really slow around the next corner, and there was a crash. It just happened. So the angels will speak to you. You may hear their voices. You might hear a voice telling you to do something, go somewhere, or something comforting and loving. Remember, angel guidance is always positive, loving, calming. It's not going to scare you. It's not saying anything mean. If you're hearing anything like that, it's like your ego or some old, we keep the tapes, don't we, sometimes, of what's been said to us over the years if someone's been mean or unkind or critical. It's definitely not your angels if it's mean or unkind or critical. That's either you attacking yourself. You can ask the angels to clear the energy. Archangel Michael's very good at that. So always positive, repetitive, consistent, aligned with what you're praying for, asking for, what your needs are at that time. And those are the 4 channels. Those are the 4 ways your angels are speaking to you through the amplifier that is your intuitive channels. And that's why working with the angels, developing your intuitive abilities, awakening fully your psychic, intuitive healing gifts, it's like a chimney sweep through your intuitive system, right? It fully awakens them. So the more you trust your dominant channel, it's like it gives permission for the other ones to start to awaken. Lots of people this is what I hear the most. Lots of people tend to feel that they're like, it's like we never get the hair we want, do we? I always gaze at people with curly, thick hair and go, oh, and I've got straight hair. You hear people like that all the time. We're the same with our clairsenses, in that we go, I'm dominant is clairsentient, but I wish I was clairvoyant. Or my dominant is claircognizant. I wish I was clairaudient. Or, it's always, I wish I was. You are. So please don't put down, dismiss, ignore, or try to push away your dominant channel, because it's important. It's part of your soul. It's part of who you are and why you're here. And it acts almost like what's the center of a wheel called, with all of the other spokes coming off of it. The center of the wheel is your dominant clairsense. So do you tend to be more visual? Do you get a lot of visual signs, quite clear and visual dreams? You may be dominantly clairvoyant, or it may be one of your top channels. Are you someone who's very attuned to music and sound? Maybe you get irritated by white noise. I do. I don't like the sound of the fridge buzzing or those, what are those things called? Leaf blowers. Very sensitive hearing. You may be clairaudient. Deep feeling. You can sense things. You can feel the angels. You can feel what other people are feeling. And that can be hard sometimes. You'll learn to protect your energy to really clean up that channel. It makes a huge difference. Your dominant may be clairsentient and empath. And please, lots of people feel that's a burden, and it isn't. You are meant to be an empath. There's enough non-feeling, hardened people on the planet. We need people who feel, because that's the true essence of humanity, and that's what heals humanity. So never put that down about yourself. Accept it, acknowledge it, be open to it, and every time you get a message that way, say thank you. And if you are a thinker, you know things without knowing how you know them. You tend to just know things about people. You know how to put those IKEA flat packs together without looking at the instructions. Then it's likely that you're claircognizant, very mind-oriented. Each of those channels has a strong, is very strong psychic channel, but also has a tendency to be blocked. And there's certain ways we block ourselves. And I talk a lot about that in one of my masterclasses, How to Heal Your Angels. And in the ACP program, we work on clearing those channels and fully developing all of them for you. So you can see the angels, hear the angels, know the angels, understand the angels, right? We've got to have the knowing connecting to our understanding, and feel the angels. And that's a beautiful thing. So that's how the angels communicate with you. And of course, they send you physical and non-physical. And please never say, oh, that's just a feather. I want something better. Or why does Rachel always get feathers and I don't get feathers? Or just accept what you get, because the more we appreciate what we have, the more we get. But if we say, oh, that's not good enough, what we're doing is we're letting our ego go in charge. And so we're in that sort of battle between our intuitive self and our egoic self, which is not psychic at all. And we don't want the ego to be in charge. So we have to be receptive, open, and thankful. So I'd love to know, what's your dominant channel? You may have all of them. You may have two that are really strong, but know that you can have all of them. And hopefully this video today is helping you to recognize, oh, I have actually been getting more messages than I realize. And it's just about connecting up the dots, right? I suggest keeping a journal of signs, even if you're kind of like, is that really a sign? I don't know. Remember the ego, right? It's always there. We can't completely get rid of it. There's no operation you can have where you're going to have that removed. We have to live with it. The more we're aware of it and we recognize it, the easier it is to overpower it, overcome it, and let the intuition of your angels and your soul self be in charge rather than your ego self. And there will be times when your ego gets loud because you're tired, or because you're going through something hard, or because you need to clear your energy and you've picked up on somebody else's stuff, or you've been scrolling too long on social media. You got to clear that energy, because we don't want to feed the fear. We don't want to feed the fear. So given all of that, one thing that you can do, other than keep a journal, keeping a journal is a powerful thing with your angel intuitive messages, because it builds faith. But I want you to ask for a clear sign or message from your angels, and ask that it comes in the next 48 hours. It doesn't have to be, strict. Just say, angels, please give me a clear, undeniable sign of your presence. And be open to how that comes. Remember to be switched on to the four senses. It may come into your mind. You might hear it, you might see it, it might be a dream, you might feel it. But your angels will give you a clear sign. And when we're using the angel oracle cards, we learn, especially Angel Communication Practitioner. I haven't got time to teach a lot in this mini series. I don't want to overwhelm you, but we learn how to use those four senses to receive that angel message with the card instead of the written message, right? You don't need to be intuitive to read the words on the bottom of the card. But learning to hear what the angels have to say, the card becomes like a key that unlocks the deeper message. And just like your signs, the more you're attuned and your clear senses are awakened and clear and protected, each sign you receive isn't simply just that feather. The knowledge that comes with the sign, the wisdom, the message is unlocked by your clear senses. It's a matter of the practice and being receptive and attuning to that higher level. So through this mini series, I've taught you some simple steps and insights and knowledge that you may not have known about before, so that you don't have to doubt anymore. You don't have to lack confidence. It's all about recognizing what's really going on when I feel stuck, when I feel confused, when it feels vague, or when it feels like I'm not getting anything. I need to clear my energy. I need to get out of my ego. And to use the techniques, it's like using a muscle, right? It's like building a muscle. You've got to do practice regularly to bring more strength to your angelic connection, your receptivity, that channel, so that you can become this pure and clear channel of divine energy and love. And that will not only bless and serve you, it will bless and serve others. And there's nothing more beautiful and more needed in this world today. I want to thank you for joining me for this video series. I'd love to know what you thought and how it's helped you. And I'd like to invite you that if you want to go deeper, if you really want to explore your full potential with the angels, intuitively with your gifts, and learn how to communicate with the angels at a deeper level, at a practitioner level, and to go through the process that I'm offering, I invite you to join the Angel Communication Practitioner Program. You can join with just a deposit and pay, over 6 months, 6 monthly payments, or you can pay in full and you'll get a bonus reading with me. So you get some personal guidance from me. And during the course, it's very spacious. I've made it over 6 months, but there is a lovely spacious course of videos and audios and PDFs and beautiful meditations to support your journey. And I'm with you through the program live. So you have a chance at some personal live spotlighting, coaching, training. I can answer your questions. I can mentor and support you as you go through the program. So there's plenty of opportunities for that. And it's not intensive. There's hardly any homework. The only homework I give you is to just practice the things that I'm teaching. And you can do that whether it's 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes every 2 days. There's no pressure. That's important because we're all busier now than we've ever been. And the last thing I want to do with this beautiful work is to pressure you. So if you're interested in that, we are open and you can join now. And if there's anything you want to ask about the program, I'll put all the details in the email so that you can find out about it. So I'm sending you so much love, and I am surrounding you in angels, and I'm so excited for your next steps, trusting and having confidence in the messages and signs that you receive. Thank you so much for joining me. I've enjoyed this so much.